Now, one of the biggest questions that seems to be kind of keeping a lot of my haters awake at night because they're such weirdos is that why does Raj wear the same clothes? Um, Alright, so I'll go through the fact that I wear the same clothes. So, here's my kurta pajama, my uniform that I wear to thingy, yeah? Yeah, can you see how many I got? One. So that's one pair. Can you see? Here's the second pair. Yeah, can you see? Just so that you know I'm not using the thingy. Second pair gone. Here's the third pair. Yeah, they all look the same, don't they? Yeah, I'm a bit weird like that. Third. Here's the fourth one. Yeah, so number 4. Yeah, can you see number 4? So they're all here. Here's another one, slightly different. It hasn't got the pattern on the thing here. That's 5. Here's another one, number 6. Yeah, slightly different. Here's number 7. I've worn that once in a while, not too often though. So there's 7 there, yeah. And guess what? I went to buy another one the other day, but they run out of stock because I wanted more. So guess what? I got a navy blue one because he's saying he's not sure when he's going to get it back in. And I will wear navy blue once in a while because although I love black clothing, black kurta pajama, I thought, yeah, this one's it looks more blue on the camera for some reason, but it's actually quite dark. You're not going to really be able to tell it, but you can see it's the exact same one again. So obviously you can see how many I got here, and there's a reason why I buy multiples of the same clothes. To some people it may seem quite strange, in fact even quite mad actually, but there is a reasoning behind it. I'm going to go through some other clothes that I bought multiples off as well, and you'll see me wear it. I'm a kind of a person that, you know, when I was at school, I used to love wearing school uniforms. I hated the days when you didn't have to wear school uniforms. I was working in a job where I had to wear school uniform, wear a uniform which was completely black, and I loved that uniform. Yeah, it was just black. I'm also very fussy about clothing. I mean, I'm one of the most fussiest. I can go shopping for around 20 hours and I'll pick up only one item or zero. One of the reasons is I have issues with what I call materials. Certain materials I cannot wear because they're so they almost feel like someone's grating on my skin. So I can't wear those materials that are really coarse and stuff. So and also I'm very fussy about collars. I hate my neck being restricted, so I can't wear round neck, and it has to be, you know, like polo, like these kind of ones. And also it has to be dark. Black's preferable, but if I can find something that's a little bit dark, like blue and stuff, I will. There is one particular item of clothing that I'm going to go through that isn't black, and there's a reason why I like that particular one, but you won't really see me wearing it around the UK. There are different reasons as to why people wear the same clothes. I know it has got something to do with autism as well, because it's one of the biggest autistic traits that people on the autistic spectrum tend to buy multiples of the same stuff, have a very repetitive behavior. I'm not very far down the autistic spectrum anymore. I was when I was younger. But there are certain traits that I still have very strong traits. Like I've eaten baked beans every day, and that's been for like 22 years, 23 years. And also when it comes to my clothing and stuff, I'm extremely fussy. I never used to wear kurta pajama. Kurta pajama is a traditional Indian dress until like a year and a half ago. And when I found it, you know, for me, they're so comfortable. I was like, screw it, I don't care what people think. I'm going to be wearing these when when I got my turban. Now, there's other reasons why people think that people that wear clothing, the same clothes all the time. There's some of the most successful people wear the same clothes because I don't have time to think about clothing. I don't know why other men are looking at what I'm wearing. I never look at what people wear. I don't care what you're wearing. That's your business. Nothing to do with me. I haven't got time to be looking at other men and what they're wearing. Like my haters always seem to look at my clothing. Obviously, they're obsessed with me, so they always check my clothing to see what I'm wearing. Now, here's a couple of videos online. Here's one here about why successful people wear the same thing every day.
attempt to pare down or minimize the amount of decisions that they have to make on stupid things, they basically adopt some standards. And something that is incredibly common with a lot of powerful men and successful men is that they wear the same thing day after day after day. Here are some examples. The late Steve Jobs was known for wearing his black signature turtleneck, jeans, and sneakers. Barack Obama, navy suit, gray suit, blue tie. That's it. Albert Einstein owned several variations of the same suit, so he wouldn't have to worry about deciding what to wear. I mean, seriously, think about it. You think Einstein would have been hammering out all these crazy mathematical equations if he was worried about how to pair paisley and polka dots? And Mark Zuckerberg, gray tee, black hoodie, and jeans. And here I thought it was because all these dudes had FU money. They're like, whatever.
Yeah, so you then have stress levels are reduced. I mean, this is like he wears that same top. Marcus says stress levels are reduced. Your energy isn't used up. You never wear. So the thing is, well, unattractive clothing. That's debatable whether I'm winning on top. But I hate the stress of having to think about clothing. It's annoying. It's pointless. Just find something you like and buy multiples and just keep on swapping. Here's Mike Zuckerberg saying why he explaining why he wears the same shirt every day. Yeah.
About anything except how to best serve this community. And there's actually a bunch of psychology theory that even making small decisions around what you wear or what you eat for breakfast or things like that, they kind of make you tired and consume your energy. And my view is, I'm in this really lucky position.
Yeah, so I agree with that.
It kind of sounds silly to, all right, that's my reason for wearing a gray t-shirt every day. It also is true.
Yeah, and so there's actually a lot of videos actually on. You might want to think about why autistic people wear the same clothes all the time.
Light grey, all top man, all what's it called? Classic fit, all literally the exact same t-shirt.
Yeah, so the same t-shirts. He just keeps on buying the same ones. Now I'm going to give you an insight into some of my wardrobe and what I wear, and why. This is going to look pretty crazy. Obviously, you've seen I've got 7-8 così pajama. Now I have certain uniforms for certain places. When I'm at home or I just need to go out locally, then I have a particular uniform that I'll wear. I'll call it a uniform because I don't change it according to where I'm going. So when I'm going locally, just down to Asda, I will wear these tops normally. So look how many of these tops I got. It's a black Slazenger. I just washed these so they're a bit creased. Look how many I've got here. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a pure card in 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and I'm pretty sure I got more lying around here. That's 9 tops that all look pretty much the same. And no one can tell they are the same. Now I have a particular bottoms I wear at home and when I go out to the shops locally, and it's these ones. I found them. I love the material, very comfortable. So let's see how many I've got of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I know I've got a couple around my sister's house, 2 there, and 2 around my other sister's house. So I brought around, so that's another 4 on top of that, and including actually those as well. I got 4 more of those as well, but they're around my thingy's house. Now, then I have clothing that I wear that is kind of when I'm going out, but I'm not wearing my turban, and I might just, or I've got my turban, but I'm going comfy, and I might maybe just wearing my hat, and so then I wear particular clothing like this. Now I found these t-shirts and I freaking love them. Yeah, I don't know what made it. Yeah, so it's this particular t-shirt. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, but I had a little white top. 5 of those. Yeah, and I've actually got 1, 2 more somewhere. And I've also got these ones that I loved as well. So I got 1, 2, 3. Now the only problem with this, they ran out of stock. I'm waiting for stock for them to come on. Now a couple of years ago I actually found these particular bottoms, yeah, and I'm very fussy about my bottoms as well. They have to have a zip at the back and feel a particular way, and then Nike. So I wear these when I'm going out kind of further. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm pretty sure I've got more lying around somewhere. I just haven't been able to find everything. And then these are weird, yeah. People are going to be thinking, what is Raj doing with these kind of Bermuda shorts? But when I got flown out to America for free for 10 days each time, living in a mansion, you know, all my heaters are going to hate that. I only spent £30, and that was on gifts. I had to buy shorts because it's LA and it was very hot, but I wear these at home as well sometimes. When it's hot like today, I'll wear them. So guess how many I brought? 1. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. So I got 6 of those, and this applies to pretty much everything. My socks are all the same. I brought Reebok Classics. I started wearing these around 15 years ago, and I've got hundreds of pairs of those. I will not change that particular design. It has to be exactly the same, no deviation. It's got to be exactly the same. Same with my shoes. I wear the exact same shoes, but obviously different styles. And also my shirts, I have a different uniform. If I have to go somewhere that is kind of upmarket or posh, then I will have these black shirt, black tie, black bottoms, and I've got 3 or 4 pairs of each one. They're slightly different though. They're not the exact same ones, but to somebody looking from outside, they will think I'm wearing the exact same clothes. So yeah, I don't see the point of worrying about clothing. I think it's pointless. I think it's shallow. I think it's stupid. I think it's wastes a lot of energy and time. I wake up, I know exactly what I'm wearing. I just keep on changing and washing and changing and washing and changing and washing. I haven't got time to be, energy. Like, I want to draw. Yeah, I want to do things. I don't want to have to freaking worry about bullshit stuff. So yeah, maybe I am a genius. I don't know. Maybe I am a genius because this is a sign of genius. You decide. I know my haters know I'm a genius, but their opinion's irrelevant because they're just jealous, which is why they hate. So once again, let's go through my kurte pajama. Here's my blue. I might wear this tomorrow actually. I don't really want to, but I might just do it just to kind of give my fans a treat. What do you think, guys? I might give them a treat with the blue. It's actually not that dark, so I might. So obviously I have my whole selection of them. As you can see, here you go. So number 2. Number 3, I love this one. The material is just amazing because I find materials to be very difficult on my skin. Like when I'm walking around, I need to be comfortable. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh my god, I'm a bit mad, you know. Oh, the thing's dropping all over the place. Trying to do this. 4, 5. So 5 of the exact same ones here, and then I've got a slight variation that I wore once or twice, but people can't even tell the difference because they look so similar. And I had another one here, which is another one and another one here, and I actually have one more of these, but I can't seem to find it. It's probably downstairs somewhere. I didn't have time to look for it. So I've actually got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I know there's one more somewhere. So 8 kurte pajama that I wear to Speaker's Corner. I'm not wearing the exact same one, for God's sakes. I'm twisting and turning and changing them as I go along. Anyway, I'll keep it short. I don't want it to be too long. But as you can see, that's an insight into my wardrobe. And if I show you my shirts, just my shirts, I can't be bothered. They're actually all different, but they look exactly the same from a distance because they're just all black or dark blue. Anyway, like I said, it's a sign of genius being somebody that wears the same clothes. You will never understand my heaters because you're thick and you're low IQ retards. Anyway, take care.